Okay, what is polymorphism in Java? So polymorphism means many shapes. It is an OOP concept where the same interface or method name can behave differently depending on the object that is invoking it. Okay, so polymorphism basically lets you write some kind of code which is flexible and extendable and of course reusable. So we have two approaches here, which is one is compile time polymorphism and the other one is runtime polymorphism. So for example, one way of doing this approach is if we're just doing some simple calculator class here. So I'm gonna make some calculator here. This calculator class is gonna be having two different methods. One is add, and it's gonna be taking two numbers and just adding it, of course, and we're just gonna be returning it. And for the second method that we have, it's gonna be also an add, but it's not gonna add an integer, it's gonna be adding a long. You'll find out like what is the difference here. Like it doesn't really make sense here, but it's the same method. Like why, how, it's the same method name, but uh two different types, integer and long. Yeah, this is a compile time polymorphism. You have different behavior. You are adding longs now. You can actually add like different types, and you can like say add, but it's gonna be strings. So let's say string A and string B, and we're returning a string. So you see, it's simple, right? So this is kind of compile time polymorphism where you can have kind of same name for the method, but you have different implementation for each one. So now if we try to new calculator, which is calculator, and now calculator that had three different behaviors but for the same method. This is also similar to what, let's say 1 and 2, but this is also similar to math.add. Exact, we have int and long. You can have like max, we have for different types here. So this is like similar behavior here in terms of compile time polymorphism. So this is a compile time. I'm gonna be talking about dynamic polymorphism right now. So I'm gonna be removing this one, and I'm gonna be removing all those. And to be honest, for calculator, we will not really care about. We will only care about animal and dog and elephant. We know that all of them are animals eventually. So the runtime or dynamically polymorphism mean we're gonna find out what we're doing on runtime. So we're gonna be creating an animal. This is the parent class, by the way. This is the main parent class, which is gonna be, for example, new dog, and we're gonna copy it. We're gonna make a new elephant, and we're just gonna call it animal elephant, and the first one is gonna be animal dog. And for you guys to know that, for example, if we're gonna be trying to say drink here, since we have an overridden method here, which is for the drink, which is our parent, it's gonna be evaluated on the runtime. That it's gonna, this method, this one is gonna be called. This is the method that's gonna be called on runtime, not this drink. So this is what happens. So now if we try to animal dog dot drink and then animal elephant dot drink, we'll find out this animal dog will be calling the parent drink here, but the elephant will call the overridden drink method here. This is the runtime polymorphism, because this, it's the same drink method, but every object has its own way of doing this kind of implementation on runtime. So this is a runtime polymorphism, which is basically method overriding. Hopefully you're enjoying the content so far.